Hi friends, it's Victor Costa and welcome to the Daily Lift. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the accomplishments of other people? When you hear about someone's achievement or accomplishments, do you automatically feel jealousy or envy? Do you automatically feel bad about yourself? When you hear a story, especially a story of someone who beat the odds, either physically or emotionally, and overcame things and achieved something remarkable, does it make you feel shameful that you haven't accomplished the same thing? A lot of motivational speakers or inspirational speakers will point to those types of folks and then say, well, what's your excuse? What I want to do for you is to get to the nitty-gritty of why we tend to go to that spot of feeling jealousy or envy, or feeling that as if something was actually taken away from us when someone else accomplishes something terrific. Why are we not able to celebrate or enjoy another's accomplishments sometimes? You know, I believe that that is actually the key to being happy. It's to be able to celebrate and enjoy the accomplishments of others. The contrary, meaning that you feel jealousy or envy or shame about yourself, is not the key to success. You cannot shame yourself into success. You cannot envy yourself into success. And you cannot jealousy yourself into success. You have to have an understanding that when somebody accomplishes something, it doesn't mean that there is now scarcity for you. It actually just means that there is something out there for all of us. So if you tend to go to that place when you feel bad about yourself, or you feel bad in general when somebody else does something good, you're off the track, that's for certain. And in fact, there is a word for people who actually feel great about the failures of other people. I don't know if you've heard of the noun Schadenfreude. It's to describe someone who enjoys the misery of other people or the failures of other people. We certainly know that that's not the key to success. I want you to, when you hear a story about someone, a story of accomplishment or overcoming the odds, I want you to feel ignited, because I don't want you to feel shame about yourself, or I don't want you to feel as though someone's saying, well, what's your excuse? Each of us has our own handicaps in some way, shape, or form, whether they're physical, emotional, or mental. So we're all overcoming something. Many of us are just really overcoming ourselves, right? The barriers that are in our own way. But I want to just point that out, that when you hear of a story or you hear of someone's accomplishment, the key really to your own success is to understand how to be happy for them. And if you really want to do an interesting deep dive into this in terms of an exercise for yourself, and you suddenly feel jealousy or envy or something towards someone when they accomplish something, you can say out loud, I feel this way because, and then fill in the blank. And filling in that blank may lead you down the path of what is in your own way. I feel jealousy and envy because I feel like I can't do that. Or I feel jealousy and envy because I don't think I have the talent or skills to do that. And then you can sort of get down into the nitty-gritty, if it's in writing especially, and get to the concrete answers for something like that. You can always work on skills. You can always work on your ability. If it's something like, I feel jealousy and envy because I feel like I can't have that for myself. Well, then when you put it down in paper, it suddenly becomes crystallized and it doesn't make as much sense anymore, right? That you feel like you can't have that for yourself. Well, then that's something to work on. It's to feel more deserving for yourself. So let's get into this. Let's get into celebrating the accomplishments and achievements of other people as if they were our own. You know, this leads me to a remarkable story. I don't know if you've been following the NFL Combine, but there is a young man named Shakima Griffin who is really tearing it up at the NFL Combine. He He bench pressed 225 pounds 20 times. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds, which was the fastest by a linebacker since 2003, and even faster than some of the running backs and the wide receivers. And the combine, as you know, is a test of drills and skills for prospective NFL athletes. Now, what's even more remarkable about Shakima Griffin is that he only has one hand. He has to put like a prosthetic hand on in order to do the bench press, but he plays without a hand. And he is a remarkable talent, and he has these incredible things, and he's achieved a tremendous level of success with his own personal challenge. And so for him, it's a physical thing. It's something physical that we can see. But for many of you out there who have to overcome an emotional or mental challenge, it's not as visible. But when you see someone like Shakima Griffin, I want you to get into it. I want you to get behind him. I want you to say, wow, this is not something that's being taken away from me because he has success. This is what men can do. This is what man can do or women can do. And I am one of them. So therefore, I can do these things too. Maybe not exactly what he's doing, because that's his particular talent and skill. But you can find the Shakima Griffin within yourself and move toward your own personal goal. And it's not to feel shameful that look at this guy and all he's doing. I mean, should every player that has two hands feel shameful that he didn't do well at the combine, or should they be celebrating the success because they have admiration for this person who's overcome a physical challenge to play just as good, if not better, than most of them there? So let's start to look at successes of others, whether we hear it from our neighbors, our friends, or we hear it at church or synagogue, or if it's even somebody in our family. Let's unload the jealousy, unload the envy. Again, no one's ever envied their way to success. No one's ever jealousied their way to success. You can't do it that way. But you certainly can use higher, stronger energies like love. You can love your way to success. You can actually be happy on your way to success. But you can't anger, you can't jealousy, and you can't envy your way to success. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope it in some way makes your day a little bit brighter. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Signing off, Victor Costa for the Daily Lift.